Craig, you've been at Oak Hill now, coming up on 40 years, but you've been traveling the world for quite a while, been the #1 teacher in the game for quite a while, 68 years old. What keeps driving you guys?
Well, let me answer for Butch. I know it's cash. Butch, you want to answer for me?
I kind of like your answer.
How do you keep your enthusiasm?
I think it's just the game of golf. I mean, if you've grown up in our family, Jay, as you know, golf was all we knew. It's what we did, it's what our dad did, it's how we lived our lives. And I think it's interesting that when you have 4 sons and your father is a legend and he's still alive, that all 4 of us would choose to go into the same profession. I think it was out of respect to him. I think if you look at our family, I'm the oldest, Billy's the youngest. We were the 2 rebels of the family, and Craig and Dick were the 2 straight arrows of the family. And it took Billy and I a long time to kind of figure out what we were doing. But I think in general, we just watched our dad and how he did things and how respected he was, and we just kind of wanted to do it. I said, I don't think energy has anything to do with age. I think if you love what you do, it doesn't matter what it is, it's easy to do it. I mean, the 4 of us up here and all of you in this room today, we're lucky. I mean, we get to go to work in a nice environment. Our office is outdoors. We're nice people. We travel all over. I don't know what's not like.
Greg, you've taken more of the route with your dad, I guess, been in the club for such a long time. The same thing over and over every day. Did you learn that from your dad? Or
You know, it really isn't the same thing over and over every day. You know, all of us here in this room are in the people business, and I think for Harmon, we have to love people. Love the variety you get every day of your life, and I'm blessed to be at 2 wonderful clubs for the Oak Hill, MacArthur in the wintertime for a few months. And both facilities just have wonderful people. And over the years, people in my junior program became the president of Oak Hill Country Club. And you see this thing happen in front of your eyes, and so I'll be going back there in a couple of months. I can't wait to get there. And my dad had a great line. He was always a pro at 2 clubs, and I can remember him saying, just when I get tired of the people in Wingfoot, I got to go to Seminole. Everybody welcome with open arms. And he said, just when I was getting a little tired of someone, I got to go back to Wingfoot. Everybody welcome with open arms. So it's kind of neat to be refreshed like that. And I think for me, being somewhere for a long time, the different generations of people, different generations of members, there's such lovely people at Oak Hill. I'm so blessed to have had that for all these years. They're my stimulus, in other words. They get me going.
Butch, was there a turning point in your career?
Yeah. When I was on the tour, I realized I wasn't very good. I'd like to say I did a great thing for the PGA Tour in 1971. I left it. I think, I always, when I was younger, I liked, even with junior golfers, I liked helping them do swings and stuff, but I had this aspiration that I could play, and I played the tour 3 years and gave it a good shot, and realized I wasn't that good. Had an opportunity to go to North Africa and work with the King of Morocco as his personal pro. Just got to where I really enjoyed being around the game of golf a lot more. And as you get older in life, I kind of went through a midlife crisis in 1980 where I kind of went off the deep end and didn't like golf, didn't like myself, didn't like anything. And went to work doing golf course construction with Dave Marr and Jay Revere. And we were talking about my brother Dick, and he's the one really saved me, had me come do that. And I can remember sitting on a bulldozer and shaking a fairway bumper bulldozer one day, and it's hot and humid in Houston, and I've got on a pair of cut-off jeans and no shirt, and dust blowing. I said, man, I got to get off this dozer back to teaching golf. This is tough. I said, man, I got to get my head out of my rear end and do something here. And kind of the rest is just where we are now.
How about in your teaching, though? You just didn't all of a sudden become the #1 teacher.
I think one thing I like to tell all people when I do seminars is we have to continue to learn. I think the one thing we learned from our dad is always have an open mind, learn to think outside the box. And in the 80s, when I really started teaching a lot of tour pros, it opened my eyes to different ways that people hit the golf ball. And I think we changed. As my brothers will tell you, I think what I teach now, I didn't teach 10 years ago or 10 years ago. I didn't teach the same as I taught 20 years ago. Equipment changes, people change, and have to keep your mind open. Basic fundamentals stay the same. But I think as you go on in time and you learn a lot from all the other great teachers and just from watching golf swing. I mean, you're looking at us up here, we have given thousands and thousands of golf lessons. We've seen every kind of swing you can have. I think you learn from that. And I think the turning point for me came in around 1981 or 2, where I opened my eyes and my spectrum to try and let more ideas into my head. I had formulated all these ideas in my head, and I was pretty narrow-minded. And I started to broaden my horizons and watch how other people were doing it and what they were saying. I think if you can take from everyone else, I like to say it, and my brothers are no different, we haven't invented anything. Everything we teach or anyone I've ever given lessons to is what I've learned from other people. And if you start to think you've invented something and you know it all, you're in trouble. Dad used to tell us, one of the more important things you can do in life and teaching is what you learn after you think you know it all. It's important. And that's true in life and it's true in teaching.
My dad, Butch hasn't invented anything, but he's endorsing a lot of products in that program.
I think he's going to come out cash with those.
Yeah, but yes.
Billy, in 1978, you and I met.